Leave that alone. Leave that one alone.
Not to somebody with a handicap. So it would be designed.
AV, are we ready? Good. Okay. Well, thank you for staying this morning, either here at church or on YouTube. I am Kim Zeman, President of the Board of Trustees, and this is our first town hall in preparation for our spring 2024 congregational meeting. We will have another town hall next Sunday, and our congregational meeting is on Sunday, June 2nd at 11:30. Jason will be sharing our opening words.
Good afternoon. Our opening words are from Emily Richards. We gather this day in a sacred space, kindling a fire that burns here in our chalice and in our hearts. We gather to engage in a different kind of worship, one that doesn't include sermons or hymns, but is holy nonetheless. We gather to honor our covenant and engage in congregational life, doing the necessary work to ensure that this community thrives. We gather together as a people of faith, guided by love. A love that burns as bright as the flame in our chalice. We light the chalice as we have done so many times before. From the warmth of love, the light of truth, and the energy of action.
Well, welcome to all of you, the people who make this church. This meeting is designed to help you understand what will be presented at the Spring 2024 congregational meeting, including the candidates for Board of Trustees and the Share of the Plate partners. For those of you who are newer to the church, we hold 2 congregational meetings per year, one in the spring and one in December. And at these meetings, the members of the Unitarian Church of Lincoln exercise our democratic process. So this town hall is designed to give you the space to consider and ask questions. We will be outlining the voting procedures for the May congregational meeting June congregational meeting toward the end of the town hall. For those of you watching on YouTube, please put your questions into the live chat and we will do our best to answer them. There is a little bit of delay between your typing and our reading. And for those of you who are in the sanctuary, we will have a question and answer session at the end. Please raise your hand and our volunteers will bring a microphone to you, or I will repeat the question so it's heard by those watching online. Another update from the interim search committee. I know I shared this during the service, but I wanted to share it again during the town hall in case some of those who are joining us were not at the service. So the search team is excited to announce that Reverend A.J. Gazin has accepted our offer to be the next interim minister at UCL starting August 1st. Reverend A.J. is currently serving as the interim minister in Ames, Iowa. He has previous experience as an intern minister and chaplain. He has served congregations in Wisconsin, Canada, Texas, and Iowa. Wherever he has worked, he has learned new things and met interesting people. He's excited to begin his new ministry here in Lincoln. Reverend A.J. is a graduate of the United Theological Seminary in the Twin Cities and has also had training as an interim minister. His home is near the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore in northern Wisconsin with his husband Matthew, who is a psychiatric nurse. They enjoy hiking in the woods with their 2 standard poodles and exploring the world off the beaten path. AJ's primary interests are worship, art, interfaith and small group ministry, spiritual practices, religious history, and constructive theology. Through extensive interviews and reference checks, the search team feels we are well matched with Reverend A.J. His excitement and passion for interim ministry, as well as his curiosity and compassion, will help guide our congregation in the interim search process of searching for our next settled minister. Well, now we will share the nominees for Share the Plate for the next church year, so that we have. Our church selects 10 nonprofit organizations in Lincoln. We have them come and share about their organizations and then collect money for these nonprofits. We also try to have an ongoing partnership with these organizations. Allison will come up and share about some of our organizations, and we have some more volunteers to share which organizations have been nominated for Share the Plate.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. So we have a number of nominations. I'm just going to go through in no particular order the list of some of the nominations. Morning Hope Grief Center. Morning Hope offers bereaved children, adults, and families the comfort, understanding, and companionship they need to find a way forward. Morning Hope services are available at absolutely no cost, and no one is ever turned away. Hope Village will be 250 to 500 square foot homes, will be 250 to 500 square feet homes, primarily for people who have been justice involved, but can be for homeless vets and other homeless people. The rent will be $1 per square foot, so truly affordable. There is no time limit to how long a person can live there. As long as they pay rent and their utilities, it will be built across 27th Street from the Matt Talbot Kitchen. Planned Parenthood of Lincoln offers a full range of high-quality sexual health care services without judgment. Malone Center. The vision of the Malone Center is to create unity and prosperity throughout Lincoln while honoring African American heritage. The Malone Center has a staff of 50 providing services in support and outreach, education, youth leadership, and youth athletics. ACLU Nebraska. The ACLU of Nebraska works in courts, legislatures, and communities to protect the constitutional and individual rights of all people. Arc of Lincoln. The Arc of Lincoln is a nonprofit advocacy organization that serves people of all ages with intellectual and developmental disabilities and their families. Be Brave Child Advocacy Center. Be Brave Child Advocacy Center is a nonprofit organization providing a safe, child-friendly location for conducting forensic interviews and medical evaluations for abused children in southeast Nebraska. Bridges to Hope Bridges to Hope serves and encourages men and women transitioning back into the community after incarceration as they become successful contributors to society, provides basic household furnishings, clothing, and personal hygiene products, works with organizations to provide job training and mentoring. The Center for Legal Immigration Assistance, CLIA. The Center for Legal Immigration Assistance helps immigrants and refugees achieve their dream by providing high-quality legal immigration assistance and mental health services. Judy, take it away.
I'm continuing the list of these remarkable nonprofits here in Lincoln. The Echo Collective. The Echo Collective connects and empowers refugee and immigrant women by providing opportunities for personal growth and building cross-cultural relationships in a nurturing environment. Echo Collective helps refugee and immigrant women overcome the barriers that they face in rebuilding their lives in the United States. The Lincoln Literacy Program, their mission is to strengthen our community by teaching the English language, a variety of literacy skills and job skills to people of all cultures. Willie's Underwear Project provides underwear and sweatpants and t-shirts and socks to school nurses and counselors for when a student is ill at school and has an accident and needs a change of clothes to be able to return to class. Some of us, for all of us, because talent is distributed equally, but opportunity is not. Some All pays for lessons, instruments, and dance gear for underprivileged children ages 5 to 17 in Lincoln, so that finances are not a barrier to their participation in performing arts training. Center for People provides services and programs to our low-income community here in Lincoln that address basic needs and provides opportunities to achieve economic independence. Community Crops, this is number 15. Community Crops provides education, advocacy, and experiences to grow local food. As a program of Family Service Lincoln, Community Crops empowers people to grow food through education, experiences, and resources. The Food Bank of Lincoln strives to alleviate hunger in southeast Nebraska, serves 16 counties where an estimated 48,100 people are food insecure. That's a big number, isn't it? Indian Center. The Indian Center's mission is to provide value to the American Indian community by creating and obtaining programs that empower self-sufficiency and positive quality of life standards in individuals and families. And the last one on our list is Nebraskans for Alternatives to Justice, an association of community groups and prison-based groups offering experiential workshops in personal growth and creative conflict management.
And I'm going to finish out that list. We do have a few more. We have so many wonderful nonprofits that have been nominated. The Asian Community and Cultural Center supports and empowers all refugees and immigrants through programs and services and advances the sharing of Asian cultures and other cultural heritages of our clients with the community at large. The League of Women Voters, a nonpartisan political organization, encourages informed and active participation in government, works to increase understanding of major public policy issues, and influences public policy through education and advocacy. The Bay, in addition to being a skate and skateboard park, coffee shop, and art house, the Bay engages youth through peer support and mentorship via experimental STEAM and physical education, sponsors Bay High, a focused program partnership with Lincoln Public Schools, and provides an 8-month gap year programming designed to help youth plan for their futures with industry knowledge, skills, and paid internships. The Little Free Pantry here at the Lincoln Unitarian Church of Lincoln. The money raised through Share the Plate would be used to purchase non-perishable foods and other household items in bulk to be distributed through our pantry at UCL. The beauty of the Little Free Pantries are that they are open 24/7, 365 days a year throughout neighborhoods in Lincoln. Out Nebraska. Out Nebraska believes in a Nebraska that embraces and celebrates the full spectrum of LGBTQIA2S+ people. Often, LGBTQIA2S+ Nebraskans experience discrimination, disparities, and isolation, particularly transgender people and people of color. Out Nebraska is dedicated to empowering, celebrating, and growing LGBTQIA2S+ communities in Nebraska. And finally, the NAACP Lincoln Branch. Every spring, the NAACP Lincoln Branch grants community service scholarships of varying amounts to Lincoln High School graduating seniors who will attend a post-secondary accredited institution. Since the founding of the Lincoln chapter of the NAACP, the Unitarian Church of Lincoln has been a strong supporter of the organization and its good work in our community. There are so many wonderful organizations that have been nominated. At our congregational meeting, the 10 organizations that receive the most votes will be our Share the Plate recipient for the church year. A link listing all the Share the Plate nominees is on our church website under the governance section. If you would like to review these, there is more information on that website than we shared here today. We appreciate all the nominations provided by our church members, and this list truly highlights the engagement we have with our community. Thank you so much for that. Next, Elle from the Nominations Committee will share a bit about the Nominations Committee and introduce our candidates for the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Kim. For those who don't know me, I'm Elle Stratman, and I am currently a member of the Nominations Committee. And believe it or not, you have elected the members of the Nomination Committee. You may not remember, but you've done it. We are charged with helping find willing and able volunteers for various committees, and particularly the Board of Trustees and the Program Council Chair. So we have a big job, and I appreciate every one of you that we've talked to and asked you if you would be willing to be a leader. So thank you all for listening to us. This spring, we are going to vote on 3 of the Board of Trustees candidates. And so I would like to introduce each one of them to you. Our first candidate, in no particular order, is Sue Goebel, and I'm not seeing. Sue, would you like to come up and say a few words?
Come up and say a few words.
Yes, tell us.
Oh, I love it when people surprise me like this. Oh, gee, shucks. I would like to be useful. I would like to help promote the values and work of this church. I first came here when Charles Stephen was minister, and here I still am. And help me out with what would be most useful for me to do. I have no agenda.
Thank you, Sue. Our next candidate is Leslie Ryan, and I think I saw Leslie earlier. There we go. Come on up.
The microphone is not my favorite place to be either. So I brought a cheat sheet. I've been a member since 2001. This place holds so many memories. The only advantage to an aging sanctuary is everything I look at here, I remember something from the past mucho years. I have no particular agenda either, but I want to make sure that this place has been here for me and my family for 20 years, and 20 years from now, I want it to still be here. And so somebody's got to take care of it, so here I am.
Thank you, Leslie. And last but not least, we have Michael Stratman.
So I wrote way too much on my bio, so you'll see that online. I'm not going to repeat much of that. And compared to the other two, I'm the young guy. So I signed the book under Fritz. And Elle and I were married here about 25 years ago in the sanctuary. So I've been active in a variety of places. I served with Kathy and the management team as a transitional member as we were moving over to the program council. I've done Youth in Action and RGL, and I'm currently co-chairing the Grounds Task Force with Heather Hillhouse, and I work a lot with facilities. And just as for why, one of the things I've served on many and led many nonprofits, both professional and personal over the years, and part of it is I believe strongly in giving back to those organizations that we believe in and that are here for us. And when the call came this time, I had an opportunity and capacity, so I agreed, and it was not at all because my wife's farm. So.
Thank you, Michael. And for those of you playing the home game, you may remember that I am currently on the board. However, at the spring meeting, I will be going off of the board, so there will be no conflict of interest. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Elle. And many thanks to the other nominations committee members who have worked so hard to find candidates for the board position. So we will vote on 3 candidates, and with only 3 positions open and 3 candidates, this is an uncontested election. Meg Maring, Joellen Holzine, myself will be leaving the board. Elle is also finishing 1 year of Dorothy Ramsey's term. Judy Hart has been selected to finish the final year of Dorothy Ramsey's term. So those are the changes taking place at the board level. So the board consists of 12 people. There are 9 elected members on the board, plus ex officio members, the treasurer, minister, immediate past president, and program council chair. And we're so grateful for the time and talent shared by those who are currently serving on the Board of Trustees, those whose terms are ending, and our new Board of Trustees candidates. So the next order of business is to review the minutes from the winter 2023 congregational meeting. We'll be voting on the approval of these minutes at the spring congregational meeting on June 2nd. Those minutes were available on the governing page of our website. Were there anything that people noticed that needed to be changed or edited on those so far?
Can you say where we find them again?
So on the web page, there is a tab labeled Governance. It should be under Members. And there should be a link to that. There was also an e-blast that was sent out, and you should be able to get to it from that e-blast as well. We have another town hall next week, and we have until June 2nd. So if If you see anything, please email myself or Meg Maring with any changes. Meg is our wonderful secretary. She'll be leaving the board, and we are so grateful for the work she has done. If you do see any edits that need to be made as you look over those minutes, please email either myself or Meg. So this document is such an important part of our church governance. It helps us remember what has gone on during our church year. All right. Melody's going to come up and share a little bit about the congregational meeting and our voting procedure.
Good afternoon. Okay, here's what you can expect at the spring congregational meeting, which is June 2nd, right? June 2nd. We'll start the meeting around 11:30 after the service, very similar to this meeting. The meeting will be in person and on YouTube live stream. The items that we will be voting on will be the approval of the winter 2023 congregational meeting minutes, the candidates for the open Board of Trustee positions, of which there are 3, and the Share the Plate nominees, of which there will be 10 ultimately selected. We will also hear reports from our minister, Dr. Reverend Oscar Sinclair, the board president, Kim Zeman, our treasurer, Jason Slaughter, and the program council chair, Marcia Cedardahl. This is the corner where they all reside. The spring congregational meeting is the time we're going to hear about many of the remarkable things that have happened over the whole past year. So there's not just business going on. There's reflection and joy and celebration and all of that. And then finally, our unsung UU for the year will be revealed. Not only do they receive the adoration and of the congregation, but they also get a special parking spot right near the front. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal to get it. Every year we celebrate someone from our church community whose actions inspire, support, and express Unitarian Universalism in the Lincoln Church and in our community. Before we discuss how voting will take place, are there any questions about what I just talked about today and what we're voting on at the congregational meeting on June 2nd? You can also just take out your phone real quick and put it in your calendar if you haven't done that yet. June 2nd, 11:30. Okay, voting. Because of our multi-platform format, not everyone will be here in the sanctuary with us at the time of voting. And to make sure everyone gets a voice, we're going to be voting online, which we've been doing a couple times now for the past few congregational meetings. So this should feel pretty normalized for those who have been here before. Immediately following the congregational meeting, you'll receive an email from the church office with a link to the Google form ballot. So we'll have the meeting, and then you'll get the ballot. If you need to update your email, if you're not getting the weekly emails, for example, please do so now by contacting the church office. There'll be instructions on the Google form ballot on how to vote. Please follow the instructions closely. Once you're done with your voting, you click the submit button, and it will go to the church office for counting. For those who do not have an electronic means of voting, or you simply don't want to, we do have the option of a paper ballot. Just let the church office know. Only church members in good standing may vote, and you have 48 hours after the email to complete your voting. Results will go out in the Friday e-blast after the meeting. So June 2nd, congregational meeting, then 2 days for voting, then Friday we find out the results of the vote. Any questions on the voting process? There it is.
Thank you, Melody. All right. So, are there any questions about anything that we have talked about so far? This is your time to ask questions. Compared to many of our other meetings, this is a pretty simple spring congregational meeting in Town Hall. is there anything online? Nothing from online. Yes, oh, there's a question over there.
a party for these people?
Oh, that's in the planning. The question was asked when we're having a party. That is being planned currently. You'll get more information hopefully coming soon. Are there any other questions? Well, thank you for your grace and patience and time today. We will have one more town hall on May 26th, and then I hope to see you all on June 2nd for our congregational meeting. Elle has our closing words.
May I ask, is
Oh.
the other town hall is just going to address the same thing?
Yes, the other town hall will be just exactly like this one. We're going to cover the same exact things. So if you think of any questions between now and then, you are welcome to come to that town hall and voice those questions, or again, you may email me.
This has got to be the shortest town hall meeting I think I've ever attended.
That's a good thing.
So our closing words are from Kathy A. Huff. Our time in this place, may have ended, but our connection to each other and this community remains. Together we may walk the path of justice, speak words of love, live the selfless deed, trod gently upon the earth, and fill the world with compassion. Until we meet again, blessed be.
That's the reason it's short.